welcome back to Deadly Dames, and this is going to be another review of my to be watch pile movies. So I've managed to watch two more, which was Truth or Dare and From Within. So Truth or Dare was a movie that I picked up because I'd seen it on another YouTuber's channel. I think it might have been Terror for Tom, but I'm not 100% sure. And it sounded pretty good, and it wasn't very expensive, so I just thought I'm going to watch this. And From Within was a complete blind buy Halloween Poundland bought movie, and pleasantly was surprised by both of them. Turned out to be two pretty decent films. So if we talk about Truth or Dare first, Truth or Dare is actually a British movie, which I didn't really realise when I bought it. And what I liked about Truth or Dare is it's actually not really a horror film, so if you're looking for a horror film with this one, I mean, it certainly does have horror themed aspects to it, but it's more of a thriller. What I really liked about Truth or Dare is that there's a twist in this film that I didn't really see coming, and I enjoyed that. But, I should actually say before I go into this, I did actually get a small complaint from someone saying that they enjoyed my reviews, but they don't like that I give too much away. So before I go any further into this review, I'm going to say spoilers because I may possibly give stuff away. I'm really going to try not to, because I've got a big gub. I open my mouth and generally I just start talking, and sometimes I don't realise that I've talked too much. But I will certainly try my best not to give too much away, so that if someone decides to watch it, they can still enjoy it, even based on what I've said today. So hopefully I don't spoil too much with this one. So yeah, so Truth or Dare, as I said, it's a bit of a thriller. There's a big twist that comes in this movie that I certainly didn't see coming, and I really enjoyed that. So the basic storyline to Truth or Dare is it starts off a party with drinking, drugs and sex. The typical start to any sort of teen horror-ish slashery movie. But quickly it becomes a game of Truth or Dare that goes a little bit out of hand, and someone ends up hurt and someone ends up upset. And then we jump forward in time, true slasher style, and I actually don't think they're saying this how far forward it is in time. But we jump forward in time, and it's one of the people that were playing that Truth or Dare game. He's having a birthday party. He's invited some people to the party. Now, it turns out that it ends up being just the people that were involved in the game, but they don't really realise that it's a setup. When they get there, things start to unravel, and it becomes apparent that it's like a get your own back Truth or Dare style. What I really enjoyed about this movie is that you could see that the people that made it probably didn't have the world's biggest budget, but what they did an awful lot with what they had. I really enjoyed the actors that they had in this. Not all of them, some of them did fall a little bit short, but the girl here, she was really good, and as much as she was kind of the character, the bitch girl that you were probably not supposed to like, I actually liked her because she was kind of tough and she fought back and she was smart, and the decisions that she made, they weren't always selfish decisions, which I kind of thought was a bit surprising for a movie. But then in reality, would the bitch always make the screw you guys, I'm going to save myself decisions? Maybe not. But I kind of liked it. They took a different spin on stereotypes, is what I'm trying to say without giving too much away. The main thing that made me really enjoy this movie, as I said, is that there was a twist to it that I didn't see coming, and I really like it when a film catches me out like that and I don't see that particular thing, like, because a lot of movies you can kind of guess 5 minutes into the film or however many minutes into the film what's coming. I didn't see it coming with this one, and I really enjoyed that. I was going to try and do ratings of films, but I don't think I'm going to do it because it just doesn't really work for me rating a movie. I think what I'm going to do is stick to my trade-in or would I watch it again. And for this one here, I actually think I would watch Truth or Dare again. I really did enjoy it. It kind of kept me guessing right up till the end, and I wasn't bored, which is always a good sign. Would I recommend it? Yeah, actually I would. I would recommend it to you if you're looking for a really good thriller that was quite smart and quite a lot of suspense. A bit like what it says in the cover here. A suspenseful, smart movie. Yeah, it was. It was actually very clever and very suspenseful, and I enjoyed that. And as I said, I wasn't bored, so it was good to watch. So this one here is definitely not going to go into my trading pile. I am going to watch it again. Next up, we have From Within, which was my blind buy pound shop movie. So, usually when you get a pound shop film, it's not always the best films. Now, at Halloween, you tend to find that you actually get a lot of good horror films. Ones that used to be quite expensive suddenly appear for £1 in the pound shop, like how I got Sinister in VHS in the pound shop and Blu-ray. So I love Halloween for that, because I can suddenly just go crazy and buy all these movies, because it's very difficult when you go and buy £7 worth of like pounds worth DVDs, and then you get them, you watch them, and they're utter crap, and you just think, Christ, I could have spent that money on something a lot better. And that's why I love Halloween pound shop time. So I took a chance on this one. I'd actually seen this one a long time ago for sale, and it was £8, but I didn't pick it up at the time. Now, even with the cast that's on the front there, because when you see like Rumor Willis and Thomas Dekker, and I actually do like Thomas Dekker, but he doesn't always make the best movie choices for remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, for example. I kind of thought this could be probably a big miss. I didn't really expect much from it. But it kind of shocked me, because I thought it was quite a clever film. It's a film about a subject matter which most films kind of point out at the beginning. Excuse me. Whereas this one kept it hidden till quite near the end, and suddenly you realise what it's actually all about. What I really did like about it was it opened with a girl, and again, I'm trying my best not to spoil anything here, but it opened with a girl being chased by something, and then she dies, and that thing that chased her very quickly moves on to someone else that witnessed her dying. And that becomes a chain event, is that everyone who witnesses or finds the body of someone who died, they become the person that the entity is chasing. I thought that was very clever, and it was quite reminiscent of, I suppose, like It Follows. You know, you're being stalked by something, and it's relentless. It's continuously going to come for you no matter what. I really liked that in this. I also really liked the ending. It took me by surprise. I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be a very typical ending. It wasn't, and I quite enjoyed that it took a bit of a risk with its ending. Again, it wasn't boring. It kept me entertained. My only downfall with this film is that the lead actress, and I'm sure I couldn't do acting that's better than it, I'd be awful, but I felt she was a little bit weak. I didn't really root for her, if you know what I mean, but I did still want to see what else happened. Like Thomas Dekker's character, his cousin turned up, and I liked her, even though she wasn't a particularly nicest girl. I liked her because she had a lot of passion and energy, whereas the lead girl didn't really have that, and I felt like that was something that was lacking in that character. Thomas Dekker's character was a wee bit similar, because he kind of lacked a lot of energy and passion as well. So for a movie where you were supposed to be rooting for these two characters, I felt like they were a bit weak, as I can't think of another word to describe it. But I still did enjoy it, and I still did enjoy watching their characters developing and seeing what happens with the plot, and then see how they kind of linked in different storylines with different things that were going on. Again, I'm trying my best here to not spoil anything, but sort of get you to understand it was quite a clever way of doing the film. Again, really enjoyed it, wasn't bored throughout it. I try my best to be quite brutal when it comes to what movies I keep and which movies I trade in, otherwise my whole house, floor to ceiling, would just be films for my whole years of life. Because people keep saying to me, you must have a really good job because you buy so much. No, I've been addicted to films since I was probably since I was born. And if I kept every single film that I've bought over all those years, my house would literally be made out of movies, out of VHS and DVDs and Blu-rays. So I have to be really brutal with films and think, look, am I really going to watch this again? And sometimes I say yes, and I'll put them on my shelf, and then like a year will go by, or 2 years will go by, or even sometimes more, and I'll be doing a clear out because I think, right, okay, seriously, I need to look at this. And I'll see a film and I'll think, you know what, that's been sitting on my shelf since the first time I watched it, and I haven't watched it since. Really, it's time to trade it in so that someone else can enjoy it. I think this movie might end up being one of those films, because right now after watching it. I really did enjoy it. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Right now I'm going to keep it, but I think it might end up being one of those movies that I may not watch again. But right now I would recommend it, and I am going to keep it. It's not going to go into my trade-in pile. And I would say that if it's in your pound shop or if you see it cheap online, pick it up and watch it, because it was actually quite an entertaining movie, because I didn't really see a lot of the stuff that was going to happen in it happen, and I enjoyed that. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed these 2 reviews, and hopefully I've not upset anyone by giving too much of the storyline away. I tried to restrain myself. And please like and subscribe. And if you want to ask any questions or chat about these films in any sort of way, as always, just leave me some comments. I do love to talk about films. If you know any films out there that are quite similar to these and you've seen them and you think I would enjoy them, just let me know. You know, I like people pointing me in directions of really good movies. And please like and subscribe and take care. And I don't know what else I'm trying to say here. Take care. Bye. Thanks.